Just What's up everybody, I'm finally back with another video, and in today's episode we are painting this vintage cabinet that I found on an online auction. The plan in this project is to paint most of this project white, so you will see what I mean in a bit, but other than that, let's get this project started. The first thing I'm going to do is find the right bit to put in my electric screwdriver, and then we're going to remove all the hardware. The 3 pieces of hardware are still here, so I'm just going to reuse them and clean them up so we don't have to spend any money on new ones. Now on to the most important step of this project is to use a degreasing product. I'm using crud cutter. We want to clean this piece up as best as possible. This piece has been sitting around for a long time, and since I bought it at an auction, I have no idea where it's been, but if you just take a look at this rag, look how dirty it is.
Look at that.
I think there's like an old finish or something just on the surface, so it just comes right off. I'm not really sure, but it is filthy, and if we don't clean this stuff off, it's likely gonna bleed like crazy. So first I use crud cutter, and then I just take a damp rag and then I wipe the entire surface again to get rid of all that crud cutter, and then I take a dry rag and we just dry everything off. So I decided to remove the door just to make this process a little bit easier to paint, and I also contemplated even using the door at all, but you'll see throughout the video what I decide to do. And now I'm actually taping off these side panels, just the veneer side panels. I decided that I wasn't even going to be painting them white. We're going to leave them as is just to make this process a little bit quicker. I say quicker, but in reality the taping takes a lot longer than painting, so it wasn't quicker at all. So I'm keeping the inside of this cabinet wood. I like this dark wood. It'll match the outside panels pretty well, so I'm actually just taking cardboard, taping it up and putting it in here so no paint can get on the inside. And now I'm using my sanding sponge and 240 grit sandpaper. We're just going to do a light sanding throughout this entire piece. This is just to make sure our paint adheres as best as possible. We're not trying to get down to that bare wood. We're just scuffing the surface, and we're going to make this easy for the paint to stick onto. And after scuffing everything up, I just take a damp rag and we're just going to wipe up all that dust because we do not want that in between our paint either. So just clean it all up and let the piece completely dry before you start painting. So we're going to keep this door, and we're just going to remove the glass before painting. So these little holders just pop out. They're just stapled in or nailed in with little tiny nails, so they come out easily, and then we can just be careful and remove the glass and keep it somewhere safe so you don't break it. And of course I do a little light scuff sanding so the paint adheres as best as possible on this too. After finishing our sanding and cleaning up the dust, I grab some Rust-Oleum white primer just in a spray can. So we're just going to spray this over the entire piece. We want to spray a nice coat of this stuff on so we don't have any bleed through, and simple as that. After our coated primer dries, I like to grab a 220 grit sanding sponge and just do a light sanding throughout. It removes any uneven finish from the spray can that sometimes happens, so just do a light scuff sanding. I picked up this Fusion Mineral Paint Casement. It's basically white. I don't know if it's the whitest paint they have, but it's pretty darn white. So we're just going to throw this first coat on. I'm going to use a brush that I just had sitting around. So I'll brush the entire piece once, and then we will do a nice light sanding after that. And then we'll use my Wagner Flex Steel 590 to spray the paint on. This is just a cheap brush, and I must say using a higher quality or even just a nicer brush just makes the process so much easier when the bristles aren't coming out of the brush, because that is just super annoying. And the reason I didn't spray all the coats is it's not a bad idea to brush one coat just to get it in between all the cracks and around the corners, And really, it was late at night. I didn't want to fill up my spray gun and then spray and then clean out the gun and then put it back together the next day. So I just waited until the next day to take out that spray gun. After brushing on the first coat, I come back in the morning with a 600 grit sanding sponge, or whatever this little sanding pad is called, but it's 600 grit, and it's nice just to remove all those brush strokes and to keep everything as smooth as possible. But as you can see, we did get some bleed through on these cracks, and I felt like it was just impossible to get rid of them, so I just loaded some more of that Rust-Oleum flat white primer in there, and we did our best to block this up. If I had my time back, I'd probably use a shellac primer just to make sure this whole piece was sealed, because remember how dirty that was? Yeah, so anyways, here is my Wagner Flexio 590. We are filling this guy up with casement white paint, and we're putting about 10% water in this piece. So I just use a strainer, put some water in the empty bucket here of Fusion paint, and we pour it right in to the paint container. And don't forget to stir it up. So here is the process of throwing on the first coat of sprayed white paint. Huge shout out to my loyal subscribers and viewers out there. I apologize to you guys for not having many videos come out recently. I have been on vacation visiting my family who I haven't seen in over a year, so that was nice to see them. I planned to do some vacation furniture flips, but it rained for literally 10 days straight, so I didn't get the chance to. But now I finally got home. I'm throwing a few more projects together, and I'll have some videos coming out for you guys. But I do have some exciting news coming in the next video. I'll let you guys know, and I'm excited to let you guys know and keep you up to date with what's going on. But if you've been here this long in this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel out a lot, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks so much. Let's get back to this project. After coat 1 fully dried, I was ready to throw on coat number 2, and it took a few hours to let this thing dry. It was pretty humid and warm in the garage, so it didn't dry as fast, but once it was dry, ready to touch, I come back and we throw on the second coat before we are done with the paint. After our paint has dried, I'm going to get ready with this Varathane Diamond Wood finish. We're throwing this into our Wagner paint sprayer. So I use a tiny bit of our casement paint. I drop it in. Usually that's only required for dark paints, but I wanted to just try this out with the white paint. So we put this gun together. We add 10% water into our water-based poly as well, like we always do, and then we get ready and start throwing on this polyurethane. So here's the process. I'm not sure what was going on, but my Wagner Flexio 590 trigger was getting stuck, so after every spray with the water-based poly, I had to click the little metal lever on the side to unhook it, or the paint would just squirt out, and it was causing issues, so I had to be careful there. But after spraying, we did 2 coats of poly. I only videoed 1, but now we can remove this tape and we can start working on the inside, and we're just gonna lightly sand it with this 240 grit sanding sponge pad thing that I also purchased at the store recently, and then I used my tack cloth and we just clean up the entire surface. Also, it was a good time to peel off the side panel cardboard and tape just to see what it looked like under there, and a bit of paint got through, so I had to clean up that as well. I just used some sandpaper and also my utility knife just to scrape it off, and we made it look as clean as we could. Here's a bit of that cleaning up process. After finishing up these side panels, I grab my Minwax gel stain in coffee, and I just take a clean rag and we are going to wipe this gel stain all over these old shelves just to make them look nice and new. Just be careful you don't get this on the white paint, because that won't be good. So all I did here was wipe it on with one rag, and then I take a clean one again and wipe it off. So you just want to make it look as good as possible, but you can't leave a thick amount of gel stain on or it won't dry correctly. So after I did that to the entire piece, I grabbed my lacquer spray and I just sprayed some lacquer, and we did about 3 coats of that. Lacquer dries really quickly, so that wasn't an issue, and I kept my garage door open, threw on a mask, and we just layered this lacquer on so we would have some nice durable shelves. I installed the hardware back and put the glass back in the door and installed the door, which I missed that part on video. But anyways, let's take a look at this project one more time before you get to look at this finished product. And finally, here's what the cabinet looks like after, with the fresh white paint, and we still have the wooden side panels, and we have the fresh stained shelves on the inside. This cabinet looks pretty nice, and I think it's ready for a new home. A few things that I would have done differently from the start: I would have primed it with shellac based primer, probably bin, and that would have covered everything up. We did have a tiny bit of bleed through on some parts. They weren't noticeable or anything, but still, it's still nice to cover that up from the beginning just to be safe. And other than that, I think this cabinet turned out pretty good, and it has a lot of life left in it. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and please hit the thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. And I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. There we go, guys. How's the fire? Well, just hit a light over. Great time.